Hi, and welcome to a run through of Empty Space Explorers. I'm Dad, and we're going to run through this with my daughter.
Hello.
And just before we set up the game, very briefly, the overview of what you need to do in this game is you need to buy a space probe. You explore the universe looking for an exoplanet. Once you've found your exoplanet, you purchase a rocket and you go and land on your exoplanet. Okay, so let's come to the setup. Okay, so this setup is a setup for a standard universe. There are infinitesimal ways that you can set up your universe, but this is what we recommend when you first start playing. We then got the deck and we turn over the top two cards of the deck, and then each player gets to turn over two cards of their own choice in the universe just to get the game going. And then each player gets 4 cards. So here's 4 for you, Days. And here's 4 for me. The main choice you have to make in Empty Space Explorers is whether you research or travel. Research basically means you pick up 2 cards from the deck and play them. And travel means that you play any cards and you move your spacecraft. And at the beginning of the game you don't actually have a spacecraft, so you're going to have to research.
So these are my 4 cards. Now I can either pick up one of the face-up cards next to the deck or a face-down card which is on the top of the deck. So this go I'm going to pick up the yellow card and then the top card of the deck is flipped over to replace it. This time I'm going to pick up the unknown top card of the deck. And because I have 3 yellows and a wild card, this allows me to trade them in for a space probe. So with my 2 remaining cards, because they are of different colours, I can discard them, and this allows me to take a peek at a universe card without showing Dad.
So it's now my turn, and let's have a look at my cards. I've got a blue, a red, a yellow, and a black hole. So I'm going to pick up that red card, first of all. Oh, and there's a wild card. That's a really good card to pick up, so I'm going to pick up the wild card too. The wild card acts as any colour you want it to. And you can only have 4 cards in your hand at the end of the turn. So I'm going to play 2 of my cards, 2 different colours, and take a sneak peek at the universe. And there's a nice red card which might be useful if I get a red space probe.
Right now I can't afford to travel as I do not have the same coloured cards in my hands as the universe cards on the board, so I'm going to pick up a couple more cards and see if I can travel next turn.
Okay, so it's my turn, and I think in my hand I had a couple of red cards, a black hole, and a wild card. So ideally I want to see if I can get another red card so that I can buy a space probe. And there we go, I've got 4 red cards, that's great. So I'm going to trade in my 4 red cards to buy a space probe. And I could do some other things with my cards, but I'm just going to leave them for now till next turn. So Daisy has decided not to do anything this turn apart from pick up some cards, and she's going to save them for her next go. So I need to decide whether to research or travel. If I'm going to travel, then I can't research, so I can't pick up any cards. In my hand I've got a yellow card and a black hole card, but I want to get my space probe moving on the board, and because I'm red and there's a red card on the board on the first row, I can move on to that without having to discard any cards at all. And on my previous go I had a sneak peek at the next card, so I know that's a red one as well. So I'm going to move my probe, turn the card over, and move my probe onto that red card.
So this turn I'm going to travel. So I can travel onto the first blue universe card as I have a blue card in my hand, which I then will discard. I'm going to take a gamble and flip over the next universe card, which is a yellow. So because of my colour probe, I can move on to that without discarding anything. And then gamble again. Oh, and it's a green, and that means that I can travel onto that next card whilst discarding my green card in my hand.
Right, so I'm going to pick up a couple of cards on this turn. I picked up a yellow and a green. I'd like to see what's in the universe moving forward, so I'm going to discard two different coloured cards and have a look at what's in the universe in front of my red space probe, and it's a black hole. Now, that's bad. My space probe cannot get past that black hole. If I try to move onto it, then my space probe will explode and I'll need to start again. So before I end my turn, I'm going to play the black hole in my hand, and I'm going to put it onto the yellow card on the board. Now, it's not going to stop Daisy Ann's space probe from moving forward because she's already passed it. But when Daisy Ann has a rocket, that black hole might stop Daisy Ann from advancing quickly.
So this go, I'm going to pick up my black hole card, and it might come in useful for blocking Dad. And a wild card, I'm going to pick that one up as well. Okay, right now just deciding what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to discard, and I think I'm going to lay my black hole card down. And currently this doesn't block Dad from moving forward, but it might do in the future. And now I'm going to lay two cards of different colour and peek at the universe, which is a red.
What Daisy has actually decided to do there is turn the red card over completely, which is an option. Instead of peeking, you can turn the card over, and that will allow her in the future to possibly be able to change the colour of that card. Okay, so I've got a yellow card in my hand, and I'm going to pick up the blue one as to avoid the black hole. I'm going to need to travel sideways to the blue card and then up. So I'm going to keep hold of the blue card. I'm going to discard two other cards of different colour and see what else is on the board. And it's a wild card, which is good. That means I should next time be able to travel to the blue card and then the wild card.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up two cards from the deck, and they both have turned out to be yellow cards, and this means, including my wild card in my hand, I will have 3 yellow cards. Now, with 3 of the same colour, I can change the universe. So I can play all 3 of the same colour cards and then change an upturned card in the universe to the colour I laid. So in this case, I'm going to change the red card, which has been unveiled, into a yellow card.
In my hand I've got a blue card, and that's going to allow me to travel onto the blue card in the universe. I'll discard the blue card. I know the next card up was the wild card, so I can travel there for free. And I'm going to risk it and go for the next card. which is a black hole, which unfortunately means my ship has exploded and goes back to the beginning, but it's quite a good example to show you guys. So we're just skipping forward in time a little bit now, and you can see that Days is yellow. She's on the red card just below the black hole beneath the exoplanets, and I'm red and I'm on the blue card just beneath Days. In my hand I've got 3 red cards, and that enables me to change the universe. So I'm going to remove the black hole and I'm going to replace it with one of the red cards, which then allows me to move forward 2 places onto the row beneath the exoplanets. As soon as somebody hits the row beneath the exoplanets, that means that everybody playing can buy a space rocket now for 4 of the same colour cards. And it also means that all the exoplanets are revealed and each space probe has to make their way to their colour exoplanet.
Okay, so let me take a look at my hand. I'm going to lay my black hole on the red card in front of the red exoplanet, which will hopefully block Dad from getting there. And now I'm going to travel and onto the 2 green spaces and lay down my 2 green cards, which will then mean that I get to my exoplanet.
Okay, so at this point we're going to skip forward again. We've both got to our exoplanets and we've both bought our space rockets. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I've got a red rocket. I'm just beneath Daisy Ann, and I'm going to move past Daisy Ann by playing my wild card and move on to the yellow card. I'm then going to play my blue card to keep moving forward, and I'm going to move forward to the 2 red cards, taking me very close to getting my rocket to my red exoplanet.
Now, if I look at my hand, I have blue, red, and a green card, and I'm going to travel. So I travel onto the blue, and then the red, I can move on to the yellow because I'm that coloured rocket, and then onto the green by discarding my green card, and successfully move on to my exoplanet, which means that I have won the game. Yay!
Well done, Daisy Ann. You always win. You can't place your rocket properly though, can you? So I'm just going to flip that for you. Okay, and congratulations. So that's the end of our tutorial. It was fairly quick. We hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, you need to read the full set of rules perhaps to understand everything in the game, but we really hope this gave you a really good idea of what Empty Space Explorers is all about. Of course, you can always email us. The email address is on the website, www.emptyspaceexplorers.com, and thanks very much.